Happy Tuesday! My name's Nick.
And my name is Alan.
And welcome into the dungeon. Okay, so assuming those little trees are the oases. Oh yeah, look, there's a key here.
Oh yeah, oasis. Okay, yeah. So those are definitely oases.
So yeah, there's 3. So that's our first number, 3.
Number 3. The second number would be the cities in Vasagonia.
Yeah, and there's 7 of those. And the third number is the number of islands off the coast of Cape Kabar.
And that seems to be 3, judging by the map. So our final number is 373. That's it!
Exclaims Banadon, stabbing his finger at a map of the dry main that covers his chart table.
115 miles due west of Birrabalu. 115 miles due south of the aces of Balaloftan.
He picks up a quill pen and marks a spot.
The tomb of the Mahajan.
The brothers study the map and ponder the miles of desolation separating them from their goal. Banadon notices their look of dismay and quickly tries to put their minds at ease.
Fear not, lone wolves. We'll be there before the dawn.
The brothers smile at his confidence, but it is not the actual journey that worries them. Their concern is what they may or may not find upon their arrival. We're turning here to section 320.
Dawn is breaking on the horizon of a low hill, blurred and dotted with small tufted trees. Swiftly, the Sky Rider has voyaged through the night to arrive at the foothills of the Koneshi Mountains, in whose folds the skyship is safely tucked away from watchful eyes. 25 miles to the north, across a landscape of barren rock and dry brush, lies the tomb of the Mahajan. You, the LoneWolves and Banadon, set off before the dawn, anxious not to waste either time or the protective cover of darkness. Now, as a great golden disk of the sun rises in the sky, for the first time, the brothers can see their goal. A massive excavation has exposed the heart of this scorched land, delving deep around the tombs of its forgotten ancestors. Thousands of Giaks, spiteful and malicious servants of the Dark Lords, labor unceasingly to remove rock and sand from this quarry, forced by Drakarim to drag their back-breaking loads up ramps to the rim of the crater.
Close to the edge of the crater, an encampment of black tents surrounds a large dome canopy. Lying in the shade of this construction is a huge flying creature, an imperial Zland beast. Its presence here can mean only one thing. Dark Lord Hakon has arrived. The thought chills the Kai Lord's blood, but they draw comfort from the labor of his slaves. That they continue to labor is a sign that their mission has yet to be completed. The book of the Magna Kai has yet to be found. It is impossible to approach the crater unseen. The brothers will have to wait for darkness before they attempt to enter the tomb. During the long wait, it is agreed that Banadon should attempt to find Tipasa. It is likely that he is being held captive inside the encampment. The Dark Lords would be unlikely to kill him before discovering the treasure they seek. During the day, we must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points. An important note here, we may not use hunting if required. So we need to eat a meal.
Yeah, so we need to take a meal off each from our action charts. I believe I had 3 myself.
You've got 4. Now,
Right.
now you've got 3.
Now I got 3.
And I had 3 and now I've got 2.
We're still doing good, I think. I don't think we should need much more after this.
Bit concerned that it said thousands of Giaks.
Yeah, but you've got the Summersford. Hopefully it's not nerfed again, and you can cast a big fireball like you did in Book 1 or Book 2.
Yeah, Hadouken. Right, no options here, but to turn to section 286.
As night falls, the LoneWolves' desperate quest begins. the Giaks pose few problems that they cannot overcome with their warrior skills, for they have been overworked to the point of exhaustion. Only the Drakarim show any signs of vigilance, but even then, there are less than a dozen patrolling the entire crater. Not until the brothers reach the main entrance to the tomb do they encounter any real difficulty. A Drakar stands on guard, his cruel eyes glinting behind his twisted iron death mask. Occasionally, he diverts his attention from the watch to take a drink from a water flask. Alright, so we're given two options here. If we have the Kai discipline of mind over matter, which we don't, we turn to section 214, and if we don't, we turn to 239. So 239 it is.
I wonder what we could have done with that water flask.
Yeah, maybe pour it on its head or something.
Not sure how that was going to help, but maybe like choke him with the like a Vader-like death grip.
Perhaps.
Oh, we'll never find out. 239 it is. Torin, how on earth are we going to get inside of that tomb?
We need to either distract him or silence him.
I fear we're going to have to try and overpower him. But quickly and silently. We've got two options here. One would have been if we possessed a tincture of graveweed, which we do not. We would have turned to section 260. I'm just going to double check. I don't think we've got a potion or anything. So yeah, we don't have one. So we're going to have to try to quietly outpower him as quickly and silently as we can by creeping up. We have to pick a number from the random number table. But if we possess the Kai disciplines of hunting, tracking, and camouflage, which incidentally we have all three, we add 2. But if we reach the Kai rank of Guardian or higher, which we have, we add 3.
Okay, so we roll as we usually do, and we add 3 to the number.
Do the honors first for us today.
Alright, I don't mind if I do. Let's see how I roll. That's a 9. So now it's your turn, Nick, and whoever rolls highest decides on the roll, as we usually do.
Yeah, unless we're both in the same bracket, and the bracket is 5 or more.
Yeah.
So I just need to roll a 2 or higher.
Very likely that you do.
Let's not jinx it.
Well, we don't know if low is good or bad.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
A 2, okay, so 2 plus 3.
Oh yeah, actually, so 2 plus 3 is 5.
Yeah,
so we're both in the same bracket.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Section 303
well,
it is.
You say brilliant, but again, we don't know if 5 or more is bad or it's good.
It must be good if we're adding to our roll.
Yeah, true. That's true. So we turn to section 303.
With speed and stealth, the brothers approach a sentry from behind and silence him for good with a sharp twist of the neck. They then drag the body away and cover it up with a wheelbarrow before entering the tomb.
Nice and quick, I like it. We have no options but to turn to section 395. As far as the eye can see, a long, straight, sandstone corridor slopes away into the distance. Torches crackle and sputter on the walls, illuminating the pictograms engraved in the yellow stone. At regular intervals, rough-edged slabs protrude into the main corridor. The brothers stop to take a close look at one of these slabs and the floor beneath it, and come to a frightening conclusion. They are obviously traps. No doubt, set off by the Giaks when they cleared this corridor of sand. Rather than instructing the Giaks to avoid them, the Dark Lords must have deliberately used their slaves to set them off.
Once the traps had been sprung, the squashed bodies were cleared away, and the slabs chiseled through to the next section. Pit traps in the floors seem to have been neutralized in the same way, set off by luckless Giaks. They would have been filled in with the dead bodies and leveled off with sand. The thought of this heartless barbarity fills the LoneWolves with revulsion. Just over a mile along the corridor, the brothers eventually arrive at a large stone door. The stone surround bears evidence of chisel work, but the door itself is rock solid. Torin notices a faint beam of light descending from a hole in the ceiling, creates a small circular pool of light, a little to one side of a similar hole in the floor. In the wall near to the door, there is a triangular indentation, no larger than a gold crown.
So we are given various options here. If we possess a prism, that I do not think we do we?
No, I don't think so.
Let's double check. Prism.
I think we may have a blue stone triangle though. If that was from...
Yeah, the other option is the blue stone triangle, or if we don't own any of them. Well, let's check if we have either the prism or the blue stoned triangle.
We've got a necklace that was A blue triangle. I mean, that's the notes I wrote. Was it a blue stone triangle? I mean, I imagine if it's blue, it's not going to be a metal. It's going to be some sort of precious stone.
Do you remember where we got that from?
Yeah, in another ancient temple in Kalte. So I'm guessing it's that. Yeah, that is indeed the item we need. The blue stone triangle.
Alright, so we can turn to section 245.
This indentation looks rather familiar, Torin. And Lander starts pulling out the blue stone triangle pendant from around his neck. As Lander starts to pull from underneath his armor, the blue stone triangle necklace that the Lone Wolves found back in Book 3 when they were in the ice shelves of Kalte. Lander presses it gently into the indentation on the wall. It is a perfect fit. The brothers now hear the sound of stone grating on stone, and the door slowly opens to reveal a chamber. It is dimly lit, but the Kai Lords see that the thick dust on its marble floor is covered with innumerable footprints. As they enter, Torin and Lander catch sight of a rough stone throne facing the wall on the far side of the chamber. Behind them, the stone door slides shut with unnerving speed.
Ooh.
Ominous!
Ominous. It's never good when a door slams shut by itself behind you. Never good.
Nope. At least this time we weren't ambushed. Last time, like, these icicle creatures sort of came to life when we used the triangle.
I honestly can't remember.
You're gonna have to get back and re-listen to that episode.
Yeah. But we are giving one option only, and it's to turn to section 289. The throne begins to revolve. A terrible howling fills the brothers' ears, changing almost instantaneously to the growling of a harsh guttural language, the like of which they have never heard before. Words and sounds that the mouths of men could never be shaped to speak roll through the chamber like thunder. It is a dark tongue, spoken by Hakon, Lord of Arnak, Dark Lord of Helgadad. He rises from the throne, the ghastly voice still echoing from his unnatural mouth. A spiked fist opens to reveal a glowing stone. Blue flame smolders around its surface, and the brothers can feel the currents of power that radiate from its core. Suddenly, his words change, and the Kai Lords hear a tongue they know so well, Somlending.
Look to your doom, Kai Lords!
There is a deafening crack, a surge of power, and a fireball of blue flame hurtles towards the brothers' heads.
Oh shit!
We're cooked! We're done! Oh no, but hold on a second. We have two options. If we possess the Summersford, we turn to section 311. If we do not have this special item, note it says special item, so it must be special.
Well, clearly it is, although we've been
Nerfed before.
We've been nerfed, yeah, in the past.
We turn to section 219. We do possess the sword, so we turn into 311, and hopefully they don't play us dirty.
Lander raises his golden sword and steps in front of Torin just in time to deflect the bolt of raw energy. It screams from his blade and explodes into the chamber wall, gouging a hole several feet deep in the steel-hard rock. The impact jars a Summersford from Lander's hand. The blade arcs through the dust-choked air and embeds itself upright in the stone floor. Lander rolls across the floor and quickly takes cover behind a pillar. Your doom, Kai Lords!
Spits Hakon.
Is but seconds away!
Ooh. He's getting testy.
Yeah, this doesn't... if we can't get the Summersford, I think we're done for. What a way to nerf us again.
Yeah. Do you have the Summersford? Yep. No, you don't. You just lost it. But hold on, because we might still stand a chance. We are given certain options here. One of them is if we wish to retrieve the Summersford, we turn to 278. If we wish to try to move to a new hiding place under cover of the swirling dust, we turn to section 350. And if we just wish to stay where we are, like sitting ducks, we turn to 230.
I can't help but feel that the option to retrieve the Summersford
is the worst one.
Yeah, they're like laying
come
it on
and
the
get
plate.
it.
Yeah, come and get it.
Come
yeah.
and get it before you get totally plowed into the floor by Hakon.
And it says that the impact jarred the Summersford and embedded it into the stone floor.
Oh.
So this is gonna be a hard one. I mean, The player in me.
Ooh, a hard one. Sorry.
It was too tempting. I understand. I would have done exactly the same if you had said it. I mean, the player in me knows this is a trap, but I think if I'm staying true to Lander's character, he's just seen that massive ball of blue fire. The Summersford has literally saved both him and his brother from it. He knows that without the Summersford, they're as good as dead.
Yeah, I mean, this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, because if we don't get the Summersford, we are hindered. We'll be hiding, but eventually we can't just hide in this locked room forever, so eventually we're going to have to fight it without the Summersford.
Yeah, and our weapons don't do any damage to him.
Yeah, so that's a problem there, but if we do get the Summersford, as Nick is saying, it's probable that something bad is going to happen whilst we try to take it out of the stone floor. And if we just stay where we are, well, that's just been foolish, I think.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to take the sword. Or try anyway. I mean, it says here we wish to retrieve it, not try to retrieve it, not attempt.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, we've been told it's stuck on the floor.
Yeah.
So if we go and retrieve it, we're kind of being told that it's not going to be as easy as just picking it up.
I mean, I'm hoping this is kind of like a Breath of the Wild moment. Actually, I can't remember if it's Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, where you have to have X number of hearts to pull the sword from... Actually, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. You need to pull the Master Sword from the...
Yeah, maybe it says,
place.
if you have reached the Kai Lord of X...
You don't have enough strength.
Yeah, or roll on the random number generator.
You want to risk it then, Summersford?
I think we have to.
Till the end?
I mean, if we're going to go down, it's going to be...
With the Summersford in hand.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Section 278. Lunda runs half-crouched towards the golden blade. He grabs the hilt and continues at full speed towards the cover of another pillar. Oh, so that's it? You got the blade?
It would appear so.
Okay, that's good. Suddenly, a burst of energy leaps from the Dark Lord's fist, exploding into the base of the pillar, severing it from the floor. A tremendous roar fills Lander's ears as he is thrown backwards by the shock of the blast. Lander loses 3 endurance points. Hakon's laugh rises above the crash of falling stone until Lander's head is filled with an agonizing pain. Ooh, shit! So if we have the Kai discipline of Mind Shield, we turn to section 223, which we both have, right?
No, we've got Mind Blast.
Oh, we don't have Mind Shield at all, do we?
No, because we were relying on the goddamn Summersford.
That's right. If you do not have this skill, turn to 379. We technically don't have the skill. It's talking about the skill, the Kai discipline itself, and not the Summersford, which doesn't make sense again because
I mean, when we did the airship battle, we ruled that Lander was protected by it, but not Torin.
Oh yeah, true.
So if we're going to keep consistent.
But I'm plugging my ears when I heard him laugh.
Yeah, so you'll be fine, and
no, I'd be fine
because you're not hearing the.
Well, I'm in the same room. I said it jokingly.
Oh, sorry.
I imagine I'll hear the cackling as well, right?
Yeah, I guess so. So I don't think we've got any option but to turn to 379 then.
Yep.
At least one of us will
get the effects. Yeah.
The terrible pain racks Torin's body, making his muscles twist and contort into spasms of pain. He screams in agony for the pain to cease and loses 6 endurance points.
Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh. Lander! Pain!
Torin!
Yeah, we've ruled, just to clarify again, that Torin will take the damage as he doesn't have any skill associated to Mind Shield. He doesn't have the discipline of Mind Shield. And Landa won't because he's carrying the Summersford, and we already established that the Summersford protects from these kinds of magics. Or it should at least. So that's our ruling over here. So yeah, if we are still alive after the psychic ordeal, we have to turn to section 223. And we are alive, so we are turning.
Thankfully we are. Torin's currently at 20 out of 26, and Lando is at 32 out of 35.
Suddenly, the pain subsides, but the onslaught has only just begun. A mist as black as the grave is seeping from Hakon's mouth. It creeps along his outstretched arm and settles like a cloud in the palm of his upturned hand. Whirling shadow shapes draw into focus. Wings and tentacles sprout and take form. A curse in the dark tongue shakes the whole chamber as a deadly flood of horror hurtles from his hand. Ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Have you seen the endurance on this thing?
Oh my god.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
And the combat skill. What the hell is this?
Yeah, this has
Wow.
a combat skill
Damn.
of 24 and a doubled endurance to that of 40. It doesn't say it's undead, so there's no double damage.
A doubled endurance of 80.
Sorry, yeah, a double endurance of 80, man.
Oh shit. So it's a crypt spawn. I think this adventure ends here.
Endurance of 80. Oh my god.
Not only that, the combat skill is pretty high, so I think we're on the minuses at this point, right? Although you have the Summersford, so it might not be that bad. Is this undead?
It doesn't say it's undead, so I don't think I double my damage with this. I mean, I don't want to worry ourselves here too much, but this isn't even the Dark Lord. This is
Yeah, that's
spawn.
that's it, like, you know, his saliva or whatever he spawned out of his mouth.
But I mean, how does this, magical power, the Summersford, work? Why and how does it do that sort of death blow nuclear explosion thing?
I don't know, you need to unlock it, I think. You have like one use every 6 years, maybe. Something like that.
Oh, wow. Alright, so the combat ratios are in. Lander has a 0, which isn't too bad. Torin has a -3.
Ho ho ho. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. At least you have a 0. Okay, let's see how this goes. You want to start off?
Yeah, it would make sense if you've been rolling on the ground screaming.
Yeah.
Lander's gonna leap into battle here.
This is the time to roll those goose eggs.
Oh my god.
Oof, not quite. It's a 4 on the random number chart.
Lander, anxious for his brother's safety, launches himself recklessly into an attack, swiping at the swirling shadow, and unsure whether the blade has made contact or not as it cuts through the form. He only deals 6 points of endurance damage, but as the shadow envelops his sword hand, he takes 3 in exchange.
Oof, harsh. Here, little goose egg.
Oh, he gonna die! He gonna die!
Oh, that's a 2. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see what that translates to on the thingy. Whatever it's called. The combat ratio chart thing. As Torin sees Lander screaming pain from the creature's counterattack, he rushes up to the action, slashing violently at the shadowy form. Barely nicks it as its ethereal form makes it hard.
Giggity.
Makes it hard for Torin to see exactly where to strike it. He only deals 2 damage to the beast, and in his confusion, misjudges the retreat as the shadow deals 5 points of damage in return. Ooh, that hurts.
This guy is hard hitting.
This guy is hard.
Lander recomposes himself, raises the Summersford again above his head, and tries to strike down through the ethereal form of this beast.
Ooh, let's go. Ooh, not quite there, not quite there. It's an improvement.
This time Lander manages to deal 7 points of endurance damage, but again the shadows envelop his sword hand as the blade cuts through with ease, Lander shrieking out in pain as the shadow burns his hands for 2 points of endurance damage. Lander's currently at 27 points. This beastie, the Crypt Spawn, is down to 65.
Okay, slowly but surely we'll get to him. It is now my turn to roll. Whoa, it hovered over the 9.
That's
fell
better,
on the
though.
6. Yeah, but it's better. We are slowly rolling better. Torin tries to shake off his uncertainty and the pain from the shadow beast's last attack. He focuses, aiming for what he thinks could be one of its weak points, lunges forward with his bone scimitar, dealing 6 points of damage to this creature. Again, the creature envelopes Torin's attacking hand and deals 3 damage in return. Lander! We need to figure out how to kill this!
Don't lose hope, Torin. We can do this. With the Summersford in hand, At some point, I'm sure we'll be able to unleash its energy. Keep strong. The crypt spawn is down to 59. Torin down to 12.
Come on, I need to start rolling better.
Come on, old goose egg.
Oh, okay. Alright. We'll take it. It could have been worse. It's a 6.
Lander now aims his blade a little more carefully and aims for one of those smoke tentacles. This time the blade slices through, but again, as the Summersford meets its mark, puffs of the smoke wisp out, catching Lander's fingers on the sword hand once again for 2 points of damage. Fortunately, Lander this time has dealt 8.
Nice. We're getting there. We just needed a few really good rolls, and I think we have this.
The crypt spawn's down to 51, Lander is down to 25. We've got no chance in hell if we're going to fight Lord Hakon after this.
No, at all. I'm thinking we might not have to, but if we do, it's game over.
Hopefully it's like his essence or something.
Yeah. Or maybe
he's like Sauron and he's like a spirit or something inside this form.
Perhaps. Or maybe Banadon comes in with that guy that he was looking for and saves us.
I mean, if Tipasa was captured, I'm not holding high hopes.
True. Anyway, it's my turn to roll. Let's hope for the goosey.
Loosey goosey. Ooh, we'll take it.
We'll take that indeed. It's a 9 on the chart. And now let's see what kind of damage I'm dealing here. After Lander's rousing words, Torin feels slightly more confident. He knows they've been through these kind of battles before. They have faced fearsome foes and have come out on the other side, stronger and better. With a quick step, he turns round the shadowy form and slashes at its wings. He finds good purchase this time. As the creature shrieks in agony, Torin has dealt 9 points of damage, and the creature, as he writhes in pain, is unable to strike back. They take 0 in return. Yes!
Awesome. It's down to 42. This is looking manageable now.
Yes, let's do this. A few more high ones, come on.
Lander sees that Torin has managed to make an attack without being hurt, and using this opportunity as a distraction, he's going to try and ram the Summersford through this shadowy form, this time trying to stop before the hilt of his blade makes contact with the smoke. Whoa! Get in!
Brilliant! That's another 9 right there.
Lander's attack strikes true, and with precision, manages to stop just shy of this crypt spawn's ethereal form. With this attack, the smoke does not envelop the hilt of the Summersford, nor touch Lander's precious fingers, as he deals 11 points of damage and takes 0 in exchange.
That's right. We've got this.
The crypt spawn is now down to a manageable, I say, hopefully not tempting fate, 31, and Lander remains on 25.
Nice. You're doing good. Torin, now exuding confidence, starts almost juggling his bone scimitar from one hand to the other, taunting the creature as he does so. As soon as he sees an opening, he strikes. When he thinks a creature is busy fighting off Lander, the strike connects, dealing a good 5 points of endurance damage. But as soon as the creature feels the hit, he turns around viciously and swipes at Torin, who was not expecting this attack. His cockiness got the better of him, and is dealt a whopping 4 points of damage as he falls back.
Oh, Torin's looking shaky. He's looking shaky. He is down to 8 endurance points.
Oof. He's gushing.
But the crypt spawn is down to 26.
Come on, one big hit and he's down to almost 10.
We haven't had a goose egg yet. This would be a brilliant time to get one.
Yeah, perfect time. Oh, not the goose! Not the goose! We wanted the goose egg.
It's not the egg, but it's the dog goddamn goose. What was that game? Obnoxious Goose Game or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a 2.
Wow, just wow.
Yeah.
Lander, distracted by Torin's scream of pain, overexerts himself and unwittingly steps into the shadow form as it turns to face him, wrapping one of his shadowy tentacles tight around his neck, squeezing the air from his lungs. Lander is dealt 4 points of damage as his throat contracts under the immense pressure of this shadowy form. He manages to swipe at the crypt spawn with his summersword, severing said tentacle, which unfortunately remains wrapped around his throat, for an equal 4 points of endurance damage. The crypt spawn is down to 22, Lander down to 21.
Yes, we can still do this. That's a minor hiccup on the road to victory.
I mean, if we needed a goose egg, realistically, it needs to be you, because you've only got 8 points down, so...
Yeah.
Come on. I got the goose, so you can get the egg.
Yeah. Come on, lay that egg.
Oh, no.
No, it's not the egg. It's a 4.
Scandamore.
That's horrible. Turing, having been humbled by the creature's latest attack, again, is slightly wary of the situation. Second-guessing himself, he lunges towards the creature, but half-heartedly, as he feels that he is almost at death's door. He manages to hit the creature, dealing 4 damage, but the exhaustion is getting the better of him, and he is slow to retreat and duck out of the creature's retort. As the creature's tentacles slaps Turing across the face, he falls to the floor, almost in defeat, bone scimitar sprawling, and takes 4 endurance points of damage.
Wow, you've only got 4 left.
Yep, I'm in bad shape.
This is getting hairy. Very, very hairy. But the crypt spawn is down to 18.
Ooh, almost there.
Couple of big hits.
Yeah, come on. The goose egg must be about to get laid. It must be there. Oh, not quite.
Not quite, but I'm going to take it because it hovered rather uncomfortably over the 1.
Yes. It's a 6.
Quite ominously, it's the last 6, and when we look at the random number roller, it's the last 6 in a sequence that goes 6, 6, 6. Is this a sign of things to come for the brothers?
That's the number of Hakanor, the guy that we're trying to kill. Hakor, or whatever the hell his name is.
The number of the beast.
Yeah.
With Turing sent sprawling across the floor, the crypt spawn turns quickly to face Lander again. Before Lander can react, it lunges itself towards him, its tentacles flailing, trying to find its mark. Lander quickly snaps out of it though, manages to swipe 1 tentacle, 2 tentacles, 3 tentacles, but alas, the 4th one grabs him, around the waist, dealing 2 points of endurance damage, but the beast has taken 8 as its tentacle attacks were thwarted, time and time again, before he finally made purchase.
This is starting to sound like a hentai. Tentacles around the waist. What's going on here?
What's going on, yeah. The crypt spawn is now down to 10. You can do this, Turing.
Oh, 10 only, okay.
Yeah, and Lander is at 19. We really need to get this done in this round.
I need a 9 or above. So a 9 or a 10. I'm feeling lucky. I think I'm gonna roll the goose egg now. Yep. I can feel it in my bones. Not quite. Not quite. We roll the swan.
But I think it's enough for you to perhaps stay one more round.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. I rolled a swan being the number 7. So let's see. Yep. Turing gets up, spluttering blood from his mouth, looks back at this shadowy abomination, crawls towards his scimitar, picks it up, and gets up in writhing pain. He turns around to face it, and with his last ounces of strength charges towards him with his scimitar raised as he tries to decapitate it in one swoop. He wants to end it now. Turing's scimitar slices through the shadowy form. As it momentarily separates, he follows through with the attack, and it ends up on the front side of the creature, which takes the opportunity to lash at him with a tentacle, dealing 2 points of damage to Turing, only after he dealt 7 to the creature.
The crypt spawn is down to 3 endurance points, and Turing is down to his last 2.
Turing falls to his knees again, spluttering more blood.
Turing! Don't leave me! We've got this!
His eyes begin to lose focus.
Turing!
As he falls face first, breathing heavily.
Lander! You got it! It's almost dead! Finish him!
Lander throws his shield at this ethereal form and rushes after it, leaping into the air and using the momentum as a stepping stone as he gracefully lunges himself from the shield recklessly into this crypt spawn. Summersford facing down as he slices his way clean through the form from top to bottom, separating it into two.
It floated on the goose egg.
Yeah, I thought after that epic narration we were going to get a goose egg,
Yeah.
and that would have been...
The icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad. It's an 8. Very respectable 8. It's a goose egg on top of another.
Yeah, and it's a 10 damage
Oh,
with 0 in exchange.
nice. You completely split the creature apart.
Thankfully, Torin is still breathing, although face down on the floor.
We are alive and we have won the combat, so we need to turn to section 353. I hope we don't have to kill the big boss now, because we're in no condition to do so.
Oh my god, yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're on 2 and
Yeah,
I'm
no,
on... what am I on? 19.
You're not too bad, but you're like...
Yeah,
yeah,
I wouldn't last more than 2 rounds.
It's gonna be over, if we need to. And that is where we're going to finish this week's episode.
Ooh.
We'll see what happens next week.
Ooh, you're going to make us wait a whole week. But if you don't want to wait a whole week, you know what to do. Visit our website www.i2td.com and follow all the links there to our good stuff. Make sure you visit our social media pages and, of course, our Discord server. Pop by and say howdy ho. Whilst you're on our website, why not click on our Buy Me a Coffee page, where you can make a one-off donation and purchase us a potion, which in this game we're using as rerolls. It's an opportunity for you to be a part of the stories we tell by shaping the adventures we play.
If you cannot or wish not to donate, do not worry. You can still help us out by liking and following us everywhere. Also, maybe leave a review on your podcast player of choice and give us some stars. Tell your friends about us, tell your family about us, and spread the word of Into the Dungeon. Thank you very much. Anything you can do helps us out tremendously.
That it does. And now, we're on to the end of the episode club.
The last one standing.
Here we give you a password where you use it in a comment of your liking. It proves to us that you are the Guido Masvrada, the last one standing that has the most endurance points and has made it all the way through to the end of the episode. Don't forget to comment your entry in the appropriate Discord channel, entitled The Last One Standing. I'm coming over to you again this week, Big Al. Have you got a password for us?
That I do. This guy is hard. I think that's going to be the password. This guy is hard. This guy is hard. So anyway, you know what to do. We look forward to reading all your comments. And that's it for us this week.
Yeah, we hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as we have, and that you hang around and tune in next week as we delve into the dungeon.
Wings and testicles sprout.
And aims for one of those smoke testicles. Manages to stop just shy of this crypt spawn. Coño, estoy demasiado excitado ahora.